So this is our S6100 plus anesthesia system, and it consists of the anesthesia ventilator, vampires, flow meter, patient circuit, and the drawers and also the breakers. And then I will turn on the machine, and then we will check about the details. First, when we turn on the switch, we will see the machine getting into the self-testing function. It's for protecting the machine and also prevent damage to the patient. Then we can see the standby interface. We can choose for adult or pediatric. That means our machine can presetting for the ventilation mode. And under the pediatric mode, we also can use for the neonatal. We use the switch to change it. And here, so we can see for the presetting for the neonatal, it can be 20. So it means the tidal volume for this machine is from 20 to 1,500 milliliter. It can be used from the neonatal about 2 kilograms to adult. And then we can confirm it. Then we will get into the main interface. And under the main interface, we have totally 4 parts. On the above side here, it is for the alarming functions. And the alarms will be shown in 2 colors, the yellow color and the red color. The red color means the first level you need to solve the problem, and the yellow color means the second level. And also you can hear the voice. The voice has different frequency, and if the frequency is very urgent, that means the problem you need to solve the first time. And here is the ACGO signal, and then here is the manual signal. Here is the pediatric or adult we are choosing now. Then will be the ventilation mode we are using now. And then on the middle side here is the waveform. As you can see, we have totally 3 waveforms to be shown on the screen synchronized. There are the F-T, P-T, and the CO2-T. And also you can change each of them to the loops for doctors to check better. And the right side here is the monitoring parameters, including the oxygen, minute volume, tidal volume frequency, P-peak, PEP, and ETCO2. And the below side here is for the adjusting parameters. Then let's see the button functions. The first button is for mute. Once we press it, here we can check a symbol. And then there is the time counting. And under 2 minutes, after 2 minutes, then the alarm will recover again. And if you want to recover it in a sudden, you can just press it again. And the second button here is for the ventilation mode changing. That means if after a patient using, or for the patient, you think the situation has some change, you need to change to another ventilation mode, then we can choose the second button and change the ventilation mode. For the third button here, it's for some environment settings. The first one will be the graphic. Like I have mentioned, here you can choose to turn on or turn off the loop. And then here, you can change it to another items, like the VT. And you can check the screen again. It will be like this. That means there are totally 3 waveforms and also 3 loops to be shown on the screen synchronized. That means totally 6 items. And for the second one here, it's for changing for the language. And also for our machine, we have now for English for standard, and also if you want the French or some other language, we can also do it in the software. And here we have the mode for the daytime or nighttime, and for better protection for the doctor's eyes. Here is the daytime, and also we can change it to the night. And the third button here is for the oxygen calibration. When you first get the machine, you only need to do this calibration for 1 time at 21% and 100%. For 21%, you only connect for the air from the cylinder or the central air supply, and then we do it at the 21%, and then after it, and we do the 100% with the pure oxygen, then it will be finished. Very easy. The fourth here is for the time setting, and the last one here is for lock the data. Once here we make it locked, then all the adjusting buttons cannot be used. It means sometimes if the doctors or the nurses get out of the patient room, then we just need to avoid if the patient to do some wrong operation, and maybe will be very dangerous. The fourth button here is for the alarming setting, and the first one will be the limit. We know in different countries actually the patient body and the features are has some difference. Sometimes for the African people or for the South America people, they may have a bigger upper limit and lower low limit. So that means here we can change for it at oxygen, minute volume, PP, and ETCO2-T. You just move it into and rotate this button, then we can set it. And the second one here is for the info. That means after several months, if we want to do the maintenance for the machine, then we can see all the alarm histories here. And then the engineers will know how the machine is going, how the machine is running, and what we should do for the machine. And here for the screen, we are using for a 12.1 inches big screen. And also this screen is a touch screen. And also here, for the last button, once we press it for 3 seconds, then we will get into the standby interface again. For here is the flow meter. We are using the digital flow meter, and one for each gas. We have totally 3 gas, the air, nitric oxide, and oxygen. And you can see for each of the gas, the digital flow meter can show from 0 to 15 liters per minute. It's already enough range for different kind of patient. And here we also have a manual flow meter. This one means even sometimes the digital one cannot be worked, we can still check the flow here. And this one will be the total flow. That means if the air flow we choose for 3 and the oxygen flow we choose for 2, then here will be shown for 5. Then here this part is for the vaporizer. For the vaporizer, we have totally 4 vaporizers you can choose. For the halothane, enfluorine, sevoflurane, and the isoflurane. And each of the vaporizer will have different colors to show it, to make sure that doctors want to do some wrong operation. And here